Hey guys, I'm Morthadon. Yep, that's the one. And we are here for Doctor Stone Season 4, Episode 8. So, last time we had the flashback to kinda Senku interacting and how he kinda started interacting with Zeno. And we got to see a little bit of Zeno's side working for NASA, having projects rejected, a little bit of his ideology in the past. And we saw them kinda even come together and meet in real life briefly at one point. So very interesting. I wonder how this past connection will be used to move the story forward. Will Senku somehow use it to weaponize it because he knows something about Zeno? Will somehow Zeno recognize Senku? Will Senku try to make allegiance with him and be like, "Hey, I'm that kid that used to message you. Can we just like be cool?" You know? I don't know. So let's watch this episode and maybe we'll find out this time. We're gonna start here, guys, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Hmm. Oh, we're continuing on. Hmm. I have no shoes on. I am naked. Or just the flowing water. Hmm. I have a badass X on my face. That's cool. Hmm. Okay. He had figured it out already. He doesn't have an exact count like Senku does. Oh no. Although he starts again as soon as they can make it again. The ritual. I've heard people say that having like stuff in their mouth like that helps with quitting and stuff. Hmm. Yeah, see that's the problem is Senku just wants to bring science back because he loves science. You know, and bring everybody back too, just because. Not because he wants to be the one to rule it all. Hell, Senku might just fall like it kinda breaks my logic because, you know, I always think like, oh no, the main character has to be the one running things, right? But no, I mean we've seen Senku succumb to power before just because he doesn't care. Like Ryusui showed up and like made currency and started like shifting his whole system. And he was just like, oh, that's a form of science, oh well. You know, so there's a chance that Senku might just be like, yeah, sure, I'll work for you, just let me keep doing what I'm doing. You know? Like, Senku doesn't have that desire to be the leader, he just wants to do his science shit. By the way, guys, trying to plug it a little more during openings. Check out my Patreon if you're interested in more episodes. You get 2 episodes ahead through the early access tier. It's a great way to support me and what I do here. I very much appreciate it. If not, that's fine. You can also just hit the subscribe button. That helps too. My Patreon also has a Patreon show tier. A lot of people might not know about this one, where you can catch shows that I've watched that aren't released to YouTube yet. So all of Freerun is on there. Solo Leveling Season 1 and what I've watched so far is Season 2. And then some live action shows as well. So figured I'd use some of the opening to tease that. Links in the description. Anyway, let's go. Okay. Hmm. I don't know if we've seen that guy yet. Oh, they have a handful of others too. Okay. Hmm. Ah, you're so wrong, though. Yeah. Oh, he never actually swallowed it. Wow, so it kind of stayed intact being on his finger. Or being in his mouth. That's not in his finger. Fucking idiot. Hmm. Oh, shit. That's crazy. They got platinum right off the bat thanks to that fool putting his ring in his mouth. Wow. Damn. Of course, the Americans are rushing the gunpowder without even having anyone to fight yet. Oh, I like the song. I like how we have like a English song for the Americans going and working on their shit. Yeah. Got X's carved into them. Damn. Oh, this is how he gets his cigarettes, maybe? Yeah. I mean, we know he has cigarettes in the present, so. Damn, man. You could have taken that opportunity to quit. Is that really all it takes? It's so simple. There's no filter, though, right? Don't they typically have a filter? They make matches, too. Man, with his kind of overconfidence in this, it makes me want Senku to humble him. Okay, so we're back now. We're caught up. Damn. What a line. Oh, so is she like catching on a little bit? They're probably speaking Japanese, right? Oh my god. The cool way to do that. Oh no. Hmm. Is she not gonna be able to order someone's death like that? Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, it doesn't have any charge left though, right? Or do you use it as, like, convincing? Yeah. Okay, so he knows that. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't even know if it needs to be a bluff. It could be a way to convince him, too. Be like, hey, we're fighting against someone that has this. Maybe we should work together. Stanton's like, what is she doing? Oh. Oh, we get a transition screen to bullets. Okay, we're back. What are you gonna do, Luna? If this was a D&D campaign, the DM would be like, you got 15 seconds to make a choice. Let me skip your turn. I've been watching a lot of Crit Roll. So intense! What the fuck? You're a good person that doesn't want to see someone die. Gonna be able to read her lips? So if he gets that name back, Ryusui figuring something out. I wonder what he will think of that. I like the background track. Okay. He's about to find out, I think. And then he's gonna know that that's the science. And he knows what he looks like, too. Oh. They're kind of picking up the signal a little bit. Hmm. They're just not on the right signal, right? Oh. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yo. Good shit, Ryusui. Yeah, this background track is lit. Oh. How'd you come up with that? Oh. Interesting. Yo. Okay, they both know now. Oh, does he have it, like, recorded? Hmm. So he's just trying to confirm it now? Damn, this is cool. I've heard people can do that. I don't know how accurate it is, but at least in anime I've heard that. Wait, so he's seen him, hasn't he? Didn't he stand right next to him and like put his hand on his shoulder, or just stood next to him and then just walked away? Yeah. Okay. I guess just because you met him then doesn't mean he has the same hairstyle and stuff. I guess he could be thinking that. Hmm. Nope. Yep. There we go. Good shit, Ryusui. Come on, guys. Hide. Oh shit! Yeah, he'll... Oh shit! Get down lower, Senku! Oh, moving's gonna make it harder. Alright, he got to the booze. I'm gonna try to wall him through the boat. So I guess knowing that it's Senku doesn't change Zeno's mind. Yeah. Hmm. Damn, Zeno! Ooh, what has he got in here? Just some kind of Hmm. There's no way he'd get it with the first shot, right? Oh my god, is it gonna absorb the hit? So dramatic. Seeing the slow-mo of it coming through the wood. Man, that's gonna stop a sniper bullet. Ah. Oh, the bullet shattered going through the wood. Uh-oh. Did it slow it enough? Well, shit. Oh, we're not gonna get to know! Son of a bitch. Okay. Well, there we are. Another good one. We had, I mean, I guess my thoughts of, oh, if they know each other, maybe it can somehow create peace. Well, Zeno contemplated it for a few seconds and was like, nah. He's... So I guess we're gonna have to... I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna have to beat him into submission, I think, somehow. I don't know... I don't know that negotiation is on the table anymore, so... They may have superior firepower, and they had a lot of big jacked people that got loose, but I mean we have some jacked people as well, but I don't know if any of them stand a candle to freaking Tsukasa, because Tsukasa is like another breed of people, you know? So if they can get past their weapons, then I think Tsukasa can take all of them down himself, you know? So, but how do you then utilize them? Like, do you have to just imprison them and take their farm? Or do we somehow get out of this with convincing Zeno that, like, you work under me, and that way he can be free? I don't know. That is it, guys, for episode 8. Yeah. So, we had more of the flashback of Zeno breaking out of stone. He already had the idea of the nitric acid even before turning into stone, and the idea of staying conscious and everything. So he found the nitric acid in the cave and then used it to free as many other people that stayed conscious out there as he could, which they have a decent bit of numbers. They have, like, unless some of those people left or somehow died on, like, the traveling here or something, but I doubt it. There was, like, an extra, like, 8 to 10 people that we haven't seen yet in the present timeline, so I wonder what they're up to, So, we had the one guy have the ring that he put in his mouth that ended up being platinum, and because it was in his mouth and then turned to stone and everything, it didn't fully degrade. It degraded a little bit, but not fully. And so they immediately had the platinum they needed to make a nitric acid farm. They just don't know the combination to free. They have the nitric acid, which is good for people that stay conscious, but they don't have the combination with alcohol and whatever else Senku does to create the revival fluid. So, but yeah, we saw them kind of break out. We saw them, like, they traveled to where the yellow dent was, and then they, and I really liked that background track having, like, the English song there going while they were doing that, because it even sounded like a little bit like a westerny sort of, like, tune to it, so, and they were heading west, so I liked that they added that, even though they can't, they just can't get the voice actors to have, like, it well voiced in English. I'd rather it just be Japanese and we just have to assume they're speaking English, right? Rather than when anime tries to do, like, English without using an actual English speaker, and it's very, like, broken and sometimes really hard to understand and stuff like that. And because of the heavy accent, it's typically not convincing anyway. That, like, oh, these are Americans, right? Now, it would have been really cool if the studio could have gotten some voice actors to play the role, but then, then they're an anime, and then they have to have subtitles for the people that are watching it in Japan, and it just adds some complexity and everything, but I'm gonna cough real fast. Man, lingering from my cold is, like, every now and then when I talk too much, it, like, I don't know, just, like, crap builds up in my lungs or something, and I can feel it, like, as I'm breathing in and out and talking, I can, like, feel, like, the vibration in my chest, and it just, like, makes me feel like I have to cough. Pretty annoying. But, anyway, yeah, so we had all that. We have Zeno figuring out that it is Senku. So now they both are aware of who each other are. But didn't change much, as I already said. We had the bullet be fired. Now, the odds are of, like, I mean, I guess Stanley's just so good that he's like, I know the exact, like, geometric position that you're gonna take. Which, like, I don't know. That seems, like, kind of far-fetched to me, because he lost visual back at, like, the wood part, but he shot through, like, the very front. So there was, like, a solid, like, man, I don't know, it's hard to tell the scale of the ship in anime, but I would almost say there was, like, a solid, like, at least 5 or 6 feet of, like, where Senku could have been, and he guessed perfectly where it was somehow. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that, but, it is what it is. But Senku was able to grab the bag, and he made that, like, I've seen that stuff where it's like, if you put your hand in slowly, it's full on liquid, but then if you slap it, you actually, like, you're hitting something solid. And, that's cool that they thought of using that for bulletproof vests, and he was able to make that on the fly. Now, we did see it traveling through it, and we did see a bit of blood, but I mean, obviously Senku's not gonna die, but um, but the question is how bad the wounds are that he sustained from this. I imagine they kind of just like slowed down enough where they scraped him. I mean, we did see a big like splurt of blood, but I don't know. We'll have to see. So very very interesting. Now I wonder what Stanley's gonna do, because like now that he fired, is he gonna be worried about his position, and is he gonna have to move now? And then if he does move, like, is our people on the ship gonna realize that and be able to like make their move or whatnot? Will the combat team maybe hear the sniper shot and Tsukasa will like chase down the audio of it? I don't know. I'm curious what happens next, but yeah, I'm I'm really interested to see. So I mean, obviously we had Luna here. Like, I mean, once again, props to Luna. I'm glad she's just not like 100% on their side and, you know, just sold them out. Granted, it would have been the wrong person anyway, but I mean, she did kind of sell them out by saying the name, right? She gave them some information, but they didn't. She didn't like point at one so Stanley could kill him, right? So really, she's like, it is like still kind of bad, you know, because she's basically saying it's okay if this person gets killed, but I just don't want to be the one to point at him and then he gets killed, right? Like, so it's like she could have warned them if she really wanted no one to get killed at all, if she really wanted no death, she could have warned the people on the boat, but instead she chose to just give them a name um and then just leave it out of her hands, and as long as it wasn't her choice, then, you know, who cares, seemingly. But yeah. So it was a little bit like over dramatic though with her with like the pointing. Like, I get that she was struggling with it and they were trying to show us the struggle, but the struggle was just kind of like goofy and it felt really long. Like, it felt like we used a lot of time on that scene, and then we went to like the mid card, which I don't know if that was like the commercial or whatever it was, but then we come back and we kind of, you know, the typical anime thing where we're continuing that scene, and it's like, goddamn, like, just make a choice, woman, you know? But yeah. I did like that when everyone was getting broken out of stone, they were like, oh, the civilians, there's no way they would have, like, been able to do it, you know? Just like the people thinking they're more superior than everyone else, but having a handful of the civilians actually staying conscious is was pretty cool. I'm happy about that. So but yeah. Anyway, I don't know that I really have much more to say. It was kind of just like a, hey, let's catch up with where Zeno's at and them getting their whole system going and guns made. Oh, I do like their talk about using the Medusa. Now, it seems like he was going to use it as some kind of bluff, right? Which, I mean, that could work if you can try and convince him and be like, hey, you see this freaking fancy-ass science device? This shit will turn you all to stone. Just give me 1 second, you know? And, you know, maybe that would scare them. Or however, they might use it in more of a tactical way. Not just that, right? But yeah, if Zeno sees this, like, crazy piece of technology that even Senku doesn't really understand how to, like, utilize and recharge and everything right now, then that might work as a good bluff. Now, I still wish we could, you know, like, I thought the direction Senku was going, I said it during the reaction, was like, oh, we have this device that was sent down here from the moon, and there's someone on the moon with this insane technology that is just trying to wipe out all humanity on Earth seemingly permanently, because after people started, like, I guess the people that came down from the space station and then they bred and they hit like a certain amount of people or something like that, and then those things rain down, you know? So it's like, it's almost like once the population hits like a certain number, they try and wipe out the earth again of people. So it's like, hey, let's work together to try to, you know, get that going, and then once we defeat the people on the moon, then we can, you know, worry about if we're gonna go back to fighting each other or not, you know? I don't know. I feel like that's the route I would take because I'm more of a pacifist. I want to try to, like, avoid the fighting. And I mean, Senku is too. He tries not to, like, just kill people, right? Like, I'm sure he could have, you know, as soon as they learned that there was people, he could have, like, tried to make more guns and get ready to kill people and everything. But, you know, he thinks of people as a resource and wants to keep as many people alive and bring as many people back as he can. So, anyway, um, but but yeah, I guess we'll see how they manage to utilize the Medusa, what kind of injuries Senku has, where we go from here, and how we get Zeno on our side and move forward with the story. Because I mean, if this is the final season, I've said it before, we still have, you know, a lot of work to do to get to the moon. So, but maybe they're just planning on taking time with some of these smaller stories and then time skipping us once, like, maybe once we defeat Zeno, it'll be like, okay, that was the last group of people that we have to worry about, and then they just, like, time skip or speed run the other cities being built and getting everything made to go to the moon, right? And then hell, in the last couple episodes, we could just go to the moon and see what's up there and handle it, or something, or the last, like, 6 or something. But I guess we'll see. So thank you guys so much for watching. That's it for me. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon. I've already talked about what's on there during the opening. Links in the description below should be popping up on the screen. And I will see you guys in my future reactions. Bye-bye.